Okay. Now, recently, someone came to me and asked, Ryan, do you know about this guy called Coffee Zilla? And I was like, Coffee Zilla? No, I've never heard of him. Now, when you hear the name Coffee Zilla, the first thing that comes to your mind is Godzilla. And then, of course, coffee. So I had this visual image of Godzilla, the giant lizard that destroys cities, with a coffee cup in his hand. And he's just like, he like wakes up and his assistant Mothra comes in and goes, Sir, there's a situation you gotta handle. And he's like, hold on. Just give me a minute. Just give me 5 minutes to get some coffee and then I'll handle it, okay? And then, Godzilla pulls out his coffee cup, drinks some coffee, and goes, okay, what's the problem? And then Mothzilla's like, your rival, Mechagodzilla, is spreading false allegations around the internet that you had sex with Lindsay Lohan on cocaine, and that after you had sex with Lindsay Lohan while on cocaine, you drove a Lamborghini at 100 miles an hour and hit some old man. And then Godzilla's like, hold on. First of all, I'm fucking Godzilla. I'm ginormously huge. Not only am I physically ginormously huge, I'm also huge in popularity. If I was in downtown LA, I think people would have noticed me because of the destruction I would cause walking around in the city. And another thing is, even if Lindsay Lohan had come on to me, there's no way I'd be able to actually physically have sex with her without crushing her to death. And lastly, there's no way in hell that I could fit in a sports car. And lastly, in order for me to get high on cocaine, you'd have to have literally an entire field of dump trucks full of cocaine, and I don't even think even that would be able to get me high, because I'm a ginormous, monstrous lizard monster. Man, these lies about me are completely unlogical. But yeah, well anyway, when the guy who asked the question said no, he's not a Godzilla fan.
Let me know if you see something.
In fact, I'm pretty sure that what he does has nothing to do with Godzilla. I was like, well, why is his name Coffee Zilla if what he does doesn't pertain to Godzilla at all? And he's like, I don't know. He's just an asshole. And I was like, oh, so he's a Godzilla-sized asshole? And the guy was just like, yeah, I guess so. I'm just like, okay, but how does coffee relate to it? And he's like, you know what? I honestly do not know how coffee relates to it in any way.
Here you go.
And I'm just like,
thank you.
This doesn't make any sense so far. So you're telling me his name is Coffee Zilla, but his YouTube channel has nothing to do with coffee, and it has nothing to do with Godzilla? And he's like, right. And I was like, okay, that's odd. Well, does the guy running the YouTube channel CoffeeZilla, is he like the CEO of Starbucks? Does he own like majority shares in a coffee company? And the guy's like, no, he doesn't own any stock in any coffee company. And I was like, well, I could see like if he was the CEO, like the head of a coffee company, he could be like, yeah, I'm the Godzilla of coffee or something. But he's like, no, he doesn't have controlling stock in coffee. He doesn't have a job as a CEO of coffee. In fact, I I don't think he's ever worked in the coffee field. And I was like, wow, that is pretty bizarre. But then the guy's like, wait.
That's from our.
His name is not why I brought him to your attention. And I was like,
Thanks for shopping.
well, if having the name Coffee Zilla without having any connection to Godzilla or any connection to coffee isn't weird, then why did you bring this Coffee Zilla guy to my attention? And that's when he told me that he had this hustle to where he would, I think it was like Bitcoin. What he would do is he'd have people buy Bitcoin when it'd be low, and then when the Bitcoin prices would rise, he'd have the people sell their Bitcoin, and they make like a substantial return on the coins that they bought. And according to what he told me, he was right in the beginning of his hustle, and he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna buy up all these Bitcoins, and then when the price raises, I guess like when the value of the coin got higher, he'd sell the coins at the higher price, and then he'd give a percentage of the return back to the people who invested. So I guess if you bought Bitcoin and its valuation at the time was $5 a coin, he'd hang on to it until the value of the coin got up to $10, and then he'd sell, and then you'd get your initial investment back plus whatever percentage. He didn't actually tell me what the percentage was, but he said you'd get like a percentage of the initial profits on top of that. But he said what happened was when he was raising the money to buy the Bitcoins, this guy, Coffee Zilla, comes out and says, yeah, this Bitcoin thing is a scam. And I'm just like, wait, so you are out there getting capital investors to buy Bitcoin so you can sit on the coins until their valuation raises, and then you're going to sell them at a profit and then return their investment with interest. But before you could even get the capital that you needed to buy the coins, this guy, Coffee Zilla, comes out and says, yeah, don't invest with him. These Bitcoins are a scam. And he was like, yeah, that's exactly what happened. And I'm just like, oh man, that must have sucked. Did you have... you must have had like a sure thing going. You must have been 100% certain that the Bitcoins were going to increase in value if you were guaranteeing the people a return on their money. And he was like, yeah, it was a absolutely 100% guaranteed return on their investment. And I was like, oh, well, why would Coffee Zilla come out and tell people that your investment was a scam if it was guaranteed? And he's like, I don't know why he would do that to me. He's an asshole. And I was like, oh, damn. If that's what actually happened, I guess he is a total dick. Here you had this guaranteed way to make money, and he comes out and tells everyone that it's a scam, and everyone withdraws their investments, and you're basically fucked because of it.
Damn it!
Now, after I was done talking with him online, I went I went I actually went on YouTube onto Coffee Zilla's YouTube videos, and I checked it out. And the strange thing is Coffee Zilla hasn't done a single video on a Bitcoin scam. He's done videos on other electronic currency, but he hasn't actually done a video about Bitcoins. So I'm like, wait, if this guy was doing an investment for Bitcoins and it was a sure thing, and he said it was ruined by CoffeeZilla because he did a video on it, where is the video about the Bitcoins scam? It's not on his YouTube channel. So, unless the scam or the Bitcoin investment thing that he was doing was one of the other electronic currencies that CoffeeZilla was talking about, I quite frankly don't know what the fuck to say about that. All I can say is that there may be legitimate electronic coins out there that will increase in value, but due to the fact that there are electronic currencies out there that are just basically designed to steal your money, it's going to completely ruin any other attempts to create an electronic currency. Because every time a new currency comes out, someone's going to look at it suspiciously. They're going to be like, huh, is this like a legitimate currency, or is this a scam? And they'll have to do their due diligence. But a lot of people don't do the due diligence. They'll look at the digital currency and be like, yeah, this is probably a scam. I'm not even gonna bother investing. And then a promising currency goes down the drain just because some previous people wanted to make a quick buck.